80% of heart disease and 70% of cancer can be prevented by diet and lifestyle alone. So it's like eating real food, avoiding toxins and chemicals, having meaningful relationships, to have times of self-reflection. But if you get sick, if you have a child with autism, if you have a wife with chronic fatigue and fibro and toxic shock syndrome and suffering, then you also need those deep dives. And so it's not either or. I think it's both. One of my passions is moms with kids with special needs, because if you can start changing their diet and changing their environment, having them in an environment that their brains thrive, that's a calming to their brains, removing screens, removing technology. It's amazing how much those brains can heal. And the earlier you catch them, the better. I've started working with a couple of kids that are on the spectrum, autism, like 2 years old. And at 6 or 7, there's quirky kids, but they're 100% a normal kid, And I've worked with kids in their 20s and 30s who have autism. And unfortunately, because a lot of the neural pathways have already laid down, yes, we've had progress, but it's been a lot harder. So my passion is to catch people earlier on in their life and help them make the right decisions, do the right thing, live healthy. But also, if you're ill, there still are things you can do. We all are made for health. You were made for health. I was made for health. My daughter was made for health. Being ill, being sick is not our natural state. It's not the way we're supposed to be. And so when someone's having a health crisis, the question is, what's blocking your healing process? What are you lacking? That if we find that and move the roadblock to your healing, will allow your body to do what it's made to do, which is self-heal and self-repair. When I say that, no one's ever disagreed with me. No one's ever told me, no, I was made to be sick. Everybody innately knows in their heart, yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel right when someone gets cancer, when someone has an illness, long COVID. We just innately know this is not right. And so because of that, because I believe our bodies have the ability to self-heal, it means that I'm not going to stop looking. I'm not going to give up. Just because I don't know after 3 board certifications, after 20-some years of education, I was counting how many things I have. I have way too many things behind my name. But the point is, even if I don't know what's going on, because of that belief, I'm not going to give up. When you tell it to people, everybody's like, yeah, I want to work with someone like that. I want to work with someone who believes that no matter how bad off I am, there's hope, is willing not to give up. And just because they don't know the answer, I was telling you before we started recording, this happens routinely to me where I'm reading about things. And I have a mantra that I say when I pray to see what can't be seen, hear what can't be heard, and diagnose what can't be diagnosed. And it's this weird thing that so many times I'll be reading something and have these aha moments, and I'll see a patient a week or 2 later in the clinic that needed a data point, needed that information that I didn't know a month before I saw them. It happens way too much to be just an accident or consequence. And so my faith informs how I practice medicine, and it drives me for years, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Even now it drives me not to give up on patients. And that's one of the reasons why we do all the educational things we do and have our website and all this kind of stuff, is because I want people to have the opportunity to have the transformation in their lives that I've seen with my family and I've seen with patients.